morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to what are we? August 4th already. Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. It is Friday. I think this is the only way I keep track of what days are is by doing this because I know we do it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning at 8:30 a.m. Thank you very much for joining us for Morning Mindset. Now, it's your first time here or long time here. We're going to run through what needs to happen. First up, I need to know who you are. Because otherwise, a lot of times if you're on Facebook, it's just going to come through as FU, Facebook user. So let me know who you are. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what the weather is in your area. What the weather's like in your area. Yeah, that's it there. And what's in your cup. This morning, still white monster kick. We're on number 2 because it's been that great of a morning. I think we're headed to like high 80s rain. I think we're in rain weekend, if I remember correctly. But you got to tell me that. Then the most important thing, I mean, because we'll chit chat about everything. We'll talk about what's going on. You guys will tell us what's good in your neighborhood, and we will we'll just general chitty chat. Oh boy. But I need your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? Now, why do we do that? For me, it's to keep me on task, right? I mean, we've got pages of stuff that is in different stages of getting done. You know, some of it we're waiting on approval, some are waiting for stuff to get here. So I have to make that 5 because otherwise I'll get lost in it. So today, things I got to get done. I've got mock-ups that need to get done. I've got glitter HTV that needs cut. Yes, HTV is never going away. I think we should do a whole show on that. Set up Tuesday with Todd, which Tuesday with Todd, we're going to talk team stores. So I'm going to need your help for that. I've got invoices that need to go out, and I've got decals that need printed. So those are our 5 things that need to get done. Mock-ups, glitter HTV, set up Tuesday with Todd, invoice, print decals. Very, very, very nice is what we got going on here. So now we're going to check in with you. We're going to see how everybody is doing this fine, foggy morning. It was like 5:30 this morning. I looked outside. I couldn't see past our court because it was so foggy. It was crazy out there, and I haven't looked outside since. Not going to do it. So good morning, Darren. Good morning to you, my friend. Darren's got 76, kind of rainy. Mountain Dew, the cup, 5 things. He's on duty. He's training. Fold and deliver a couple shirt orders. Training. Work on logo for Trip 6 brand. Dive into Fresh Start marketing. Woo! We got Darren signed up for marketing. Can't wait to see what we can do with him and how we can, just take a lot off his plate. So I'm really excited about that. I'll post links down here so you can go check out what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, wash your uniform, Stinky. Don't forget to do that. And good morning to you, Barb, from North Central Minnesota. Where it is 65 degrees and it is headed for the high of 70s. Very nice, nice and cool, right? Partly cloudy, iced tea in the cup. And Barb's 5 things: organize shelves and embroidery area, make a supply list, embroider polos, schedule for next week, investigate options for Spiritwear online stores that would include embroidery options. Okay, so Barb, let's talk about that. Include embroidery options. What do you need for that? Because that's what we're going to do Tuesday as well. I'm going to go through the stuff that I know, questions that I asked. I don't think that form got put up there. So I'm moving that to 1, check on form, because I wanted to get that out there so we can get as much information as we can about it. But when you say that would include an embroidery option, what do you mean by that? Because for us on embroidery, we just have it as its own product. So, the embroidered polos, they're their own thing. Coats, everything like that, it's just its own thing. So what do you mean by that? What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. 81 and headed to mid-90s today. Very nice. FU, Facebook user, good morning. Good morning to you. Now, Facebook and Streamer don't always play nice together, but if you head over to fatdadlive.com, that is going to get you into the YouTube side of things. While you're there, make sure to like, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff while you are over there. All right, who else do we have here? Renee's back. Renee, you're back, right? You're back from Spain? I think so. I think you're back. Because the time, I'm not sure what time it is. Maybe you're just in the afternoon hanging out. No, you're in Chicagoland. I guess I should just read. 74 on the way to 90 there in Chicagoland. Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup, 5 things. Try to figure out what day it is. Catching up on email, organizing sort mail, set up for next week. That's what happens when you go out of town, right? And not only out of town, out of the country. That's definitely what happens. Now, for us, this is one of the things about trying to get things in place, because I want to have as much automation in place for November, when that comes, that it will be like, even though we're gone and out of the country, we're still here. Orders will still get processed. I think about the only thing that might be a hang up is on quotes, because on some of that, here, place an order, but a quote, you're going to have to wait on it, which might be a little tricky to handle. But I think that then we'll have everything set up for it, and it should be good to go. Should be good to go. We'll find out. I think in September, I got to talk to Corey, because in September there was something going on, but I think it was just a long weekend, so that one won't be too bad. In T-Town, good morning to you from sunny Toledo, where it is 73. Monster Hydro is in the bottle. And Facebook user FU, good morning from Humble, Texas, where it's 1,000 degrees. Sounds about right. And see, this is why Facebook user, everybody comes FU, because we go from this one to this one. That's good morning to you. To this one, that's Philadelphia. Humidity coming back. And good morning, boss man. Thank you. I don't know who this is, in North Carolina. So see, we've got like 3 different things there. That's why getting into the YouTube side of things helps out, because otherwise, F you, you're all Facebook users, right? And T-Town's got hockey puff jackets to embroider on, about 60 of them. Very nice. Got a tint job at 11, and then need to get a haircut. Yeah, I'm pretty good right now. Go get propane for the pool heater. And how much? Okay, pool heater, propane, because you're Toledo, so we're probably in the same weather region like that. What propane are you using? Are you using just like a standard 20-pound tank, right? Like you use on a gas grill? What is that bringing up for your temp? Because we've looked at them. Where our pool started at 10 years ago or 12 years ago, whatever, however how long it's been, we got sun most of the day. But in those years, a neighbor's tree has grown and now takes a good part of our shade away, or sun away. So we've been going through a couple different ideas. Do we throw a heater on it? Do we just pull it down and move it somewhere else in the yard? But that's going to require digging out another hill, doing all this. Do we just say, we'll just leave it as it is, and then when the big construction happens out back, eventually when the new garage goes in and all that, just put a new pool in and have it all done at the same time? I don't know. But on the pool heater side of things, how big of a pool do you have, and how much propane do you have? Because I think if I remember right, we did a makeshift one, or we just kind of ran some copper tubing. This is when I was in HVAC, because we had the coil work for everything. So it was easy for me to do. And I could just heat up some water, throw a coil in that. And what it would do is just, keep circulating through there and that. And I think on a pound, or on a tank of propane, it was running us $20. I think I got it up like 3-4 degrees, but it wasn't anything spectacular. And I was gone with that, and that would be gone in 2 days, if that. I think a lot of time it was maybe even a day. Started in the morning in there, so I don't know what to do. I just need to go geothermal for everything, then you get free hot water, and then I won't be fine for it. September is Nashville. If we're going, I don't think we're going to do Nashville, but there was something else in Missouri on the Cup side of things. Because Nashville, where that falls in that week of Labor Day, so it's already short week, and then it would be a no week, and then I think Nashville is going to be out, but I think there's a cup thing that's on the weekend that might come on there. Oh, and if UPS doesn't come by the house today, have to drop off a box and send it back to Sandmar. Yeah, really, only thing I messed up on that big order was 100 shirts in the wrong color. I think we've all done that. We've all ordered the wrong color when you're clicking at something and looking at something and going from there. So at least you got right. Well, no, because you'd have to reorder, didn't you? Because you didn't double order. I've been known to double order. And Barb, I need to set up schools so they can order an example of their logo embroidered with options for shirt hoodies, and their school shops need to have DTF, HCV, or rhinestone shirt options. So when we would set that up, we would just put the item in there and they could choose. Now, we didn't tell them, whether it was DTF or HCV or screen print or whatever. Here's the picture. Here's it is. The only thing that swapped up was glitter, rhinestones, and embroidery, and it was all listed as its own thing. So that's how we did it. Are you just trying to add different logos to it? Because Chipley might be something that works for you. Oh, Yolanda, good morning. Nothing in the cup. Light rain. Update website and more products goals today. All right. Update website. What do you mean by updating the website, Yolanda? And with more product goals today. How many products? If that's your goal today, is update it. Give me a number. How many are you going to get added to your website today? And Brian, 70s, rain, Mountain Dew, marketing all day. Ooh, what kind of marketing you doing there, Brian? I've got a marketing class 9:30 Pacific, so that's 11:30. I think that's right. I have to look and see. It's either 11:30 or 12:30. I got to double check on that, but I go to marketing class today as well. I'm I need to get I definitely need to get way better at it, and by subbing things out, that's definitely helping for me. But basically, the school can clicks their school name, and all their options are there. I thought about setting up catalogs in Shopify, so we're in the process, beginning stages. But we're going back and forth. Are we going to build off? Um, I totally drew a blank there. I did. I drew a blank. Shopify is one that we were looking at. WooCommerce is the other. WooCommerce scares me because I think I can screw things up way too easily adding things on there. So while it may be a little cheaper, I think the ease of having everything um, accessible and understandable in Shopify is the way that we're going to go. Now in Equid, what we do is, so we'll build the main category of the school, and then from there, then we'll have each subcategory where here's hoodies, here's t-shirts, here's that, and then each one of those there's the design. So that's how we do it. We set it up that way as products, but Shopify looks to be where we're going with it. When the new website comes on, there will be a gang sheet builder, so you're able just to go and see what your artwork looks like, because that's one of the biggest things that right now that we run into is where people aren't 100% sure, and so they send it in and, hey, there's a white background on this, we need it as this, or it looks like crap because it's crappy artwork. You need to be able to view that, so that is going to be on there. um, what was the other thing that'll have that on there? It'll have a spot, because I think it's being added now to our current one, if you want it checked or not, because that way, hey, if you want it to look good, you want to make sure that it looks good, we need to pull it and go through it. So those will all be added. That is going to happen fairly quickly, because working with our partners, we're working with our wide format printer to be able to incorporate some of their website in there. We're working with our DTF supplier to incorporate some of their website in there to create a seamless process where everybody can just upload, go, and it'll go where it needs to go. And we can work on marketing the business more, selling more, and get out of the production side of it as much. I'm really looking forward to that, because that's the only way. Going through what's stopping us from growing is us, right? We're working too much in the business, so I either need to hire people to come in and do those things, running the printers, pressing the shirts, doing all of that, or I need to farm some of that out. And so we're gonna go with farming it out, because it just makes more sense. Let people do what they do best, and then we can go from there and make everything shiny, happy people. Tea time. I have three 100-pound tanks. Pool's at 71 to 81. Tank will run all day and almost be gone. Yeah, see, but if it's only going up 5 or so degrees, don't take long. A 24-foot pool, so we've got an 18-foot one, and that's about right. Yeah, we were only going up 3 to 5 degrees, and it was gone in a day. And I'm just like, I'm not. I don't use it. I don't think I've gotten our pool in like 3 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'll get in the hot tub, but in the pool, it's because we got little kids, and little kids like to splash around. They just can't lounge and just be like, we're just on the float. No, no, no. They have to splash and make noise. I'm not done with that. I'm not. No, I'm not going to do it. Um, but I also use the same tanks to heat the garage when winter hit. I get a great deal on propane, so I like propane. Hey, if you get the great deal on it, go for it. When we're swapping everything and rebuilding out the shop and doing all that, we're going to mini splits, so we don't have to worry about that. It'll be super simple, super easy. 120-pound tank will be gone in about 3 hours. I ran one have a few times because that's all I had. Yeah, that's what we did. 100 products. You're gonna add 100 products today? Way to go! 100 products. Good for you. Okay, we get after that, right? Uh, my birthday is Sunday, so I have people over tomorrow. Somebody so need my pool hot. Whatever. You ever notice, like, having a pool and a boat are kind of the same things? Everybody shows up. Nobody brings anything. We have to spend all the money to make sure everything's good to go with it. So on the boat, here's the gas, here's the maintenance, here's everything with that. And they show up with, like, a 6-pack of beer for themselves and nothing else. They don't bring anything. And at a pool party, it's the same way. You know how much I've spent on chemicals? I just spend on everything to maintenance that, and I don't even use it. People just show up, and what do I got to do? I got to clean it after they leave. And they think, a 6-pack of beer covers it. Come on, get out of here. I need more stuff with that. Marketing class is a must for any stage in business. Absolutely. And for us, we just want to know more about what we can do and how we can do it, become better, more efficient at it, and then help our marketing team out over at Fresh Horizons by giving them better information. So that's what I'm really looking at doing, so we can pass it off and just go from there. That's what I'm going to do. Pass everything off. Rye, good morning to you, my friend. Bright and early before 7 a.m. over there. And Barb said, WooCommerce, you need to know coding. I have a Shopify website. Yeah, and that was my thing. You need to understand more of that coding. It's going to be way easier for me to break and something just go haywire. So I think it's going to be a pretty seamless transition going from Equid to Shopify. One of the big issues is we use Square for our payment processing, and Square and Shopify don't natively work together. So there are some apps that go in place from it that, there's the onboarding fee for it. I think like $500 and you pay $30 a month for it, but it creates that seamless process so we can still use Square to process everything. So that's where we're looking at leaning towards. There's they'll have the builder with it. There'll be a lot more that we can do with it. Had a business call, so I'm here now. Very nice, Darren. Thanks for showing up. So you're just going to switch over to Shopify? Yeah, that's the plan. Because with Equid, some of the partners that we want to work with, they will not be able to integrate seamlessly into Equid. Now we can do some stuff with Zapier where, if this, then this type of thing, but I kind of want to make it as easy as possible. One of the things that won't integrate with Equid is the actual builder for like gang sheets and that. Because something else that we're going to do is on the decal side of it, we're going to have to go to a minimums on that. There's a lot of stuff that we've wasted over the last probably 2-3 months that I'm noticing because of our smaller orders. And especially when it comes to lamination, when somebody only wants, let's say 12 decals and they're only 6 inches, 7 inches by 7, they're smaller ones. So like a 5x5 is one that I remember. Well, with that, they only wanted 5 of them, so that's 25. Well, the material that we print on is 52, so we're wasting that much. When we go to laminate, we have to have a lead and a tail, so we're wasting that much too. So we're wasting a lot of stuff on smaller orders. So it's going to be where it's going to be a running foot. So it's going to be basically the 40, 48, 50, 52 inches wide by a foot at a time, and get that all set up. It's just going to make it easier for us. And then, since it's by that, it's whatever you can fit in that. So whether that's, 6-inch circles, 3-inch circles, 2-inch circles, whatever, custom shapes, it's whatever fits in that. It's going to work for it. Because a lot of people don't know that, we just had a repeat order last night for like window perf. We don't necessarily have that on the website, but it's something that we do. Yard signs, we have it listed, but it's something we don't push. Banners, something like that. So we're trying to get all that set up for ease, and then we can start pushing it more because, a handful of people know that we do banners and they order banners from us religiously every fall and spring for the same stuff. We can count on it. We have some of our wholesale stuff that we do for DTF, and people are like, oh, you do banners and yard signs? Yep. So it's there. We need to push that stuff more, and I'm a slacker for not doing it. So, yeah, I can do that. Brian's got a point here. Build a big garage and move the pool inside. So here's the issue with that. Humidity, right? Like, pool, humidity, indoors. We all know this. Like, we had kids had swim lessons last night. And I honestly thought that I was going to die for 2 reasons yesterday. I don't know what happened, if I moved wrong or what, but I've got some crazy neck pain going on right now. And I think it's from sitting at the desk and looking down, and, I kind of glance, I've got monitor over here. I got checklist and stuff over here, monitor here. And so when I'm working here, I just glance around. So my head doesn't move a whole lot out of this position. Well, once I get to like here, oh, there's pain starts, and it just hurts all the way through there. Like, makes me want to cry. Pain. It started yesterday morning, and I ended up going to lay down and putting a pillow kind of underneath more to stretch my neck out, and it got better. But going up to sitting there at the pool last night, man, it just hurt like hell. And last night, didn't sleep well. And then tonight, it feels like it's more in the base of my head. Like now it's tender and that. So I think we're getting to the point where it's going to be better. I'm going to power through it. But my plan is to be done with everything that's on my list by noon. So then if I can just get up for a massage here this afternoon. So that's my goal. That's my goal. I should have had that on here. Will it happen? I don't know. I have to go use the Cairo table and figure it out. But man, neck pain is no joke. Like hurts here, hurts there, all the way around. Just yeah, I need to take better care of my body. But having the pool indoors, man, the humidity is such a pain. Dehumidification, we've ran into this when HVAC side of things, or hotels and that always had some kind of issues with stuff going on. So indoor pool, I don't know about that. Maybe the big lanai over it, and then I can heat it that way. But depending on how this garage thing works out, depending if we stay here or not, I want to do heated floors with it. I'd like to do geothermal with it because, yeah, I'm going to spend about 3 times as much, but the cost savings on it, especially if I switch the whole house over to it. Now, our HVAC is only Hattie's 8, so I put it in 8 years ago because I put it in right before she was born. No, she's 9. I guess 9 years. We put it in right before she was born. But the cost savings on it, are ridiculous. Plus getting free hot water, being able to heat a pool, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just moved where it's already taken care of. Have you ever seen the Sanmar Spiritware stores? They say they have that we all can use. Yes, I have, but the problem with those that it's been a while since I looked at them, was that you are limited to just Sanmar products. You're not putting in stuff from JP Plus or JDS or Sub 101 or SNS. You're not putting any of that stuff there with it. So yeah, that's the big thing right there is that I was going to say, product selection. That was the big thing. One of these times, once we get everything set up, because right now it is still, especially once we're moving out there, we will do a shop tour of everything we have. And then once we start with our partnerships, I'm going to be in their shop once every other week, shooting for once a week to run equipment down there and do a lot of content out there. And I think 4, 5 DTF printers, a couple super wide format die sub printers, I think 30 stations of cut and sew. So we'll get those. Those are coming. Barb, what did you find was the easiest way to learn how to set up Shopify? For me, I'm just going to, one of the big things is the migration of products over. I can pay to do that, so I don't have to set anything up. There's a couple different ones that I'm looking at just to figure out what works, because some of the stuff I don't need, some of the stuff I do, and we'll go from there. Yep, definitely your posture. Laying on hardwood floors helps, but definitely massage. Yeah, and that's the thing is I know, and it's because what I do is I sit at a desk. I'm doing this. I'm here. I'm doing that, and I'm not. That could be hours on the end. I need to make sure I'm setting alarms to get up, stretch, walk around, do things like that, because it is just bad. I need a beer stretcher too. That is true. I should have. Last night was Ludacris and Lil Wayne, or Lil Jon. Lil Jon and Ludacris was last night. I should have went to that because it looked like a ball. And then tomorrow night for Limp Bizkit, I should go. But no dice on that. Hudson, he wants what's tomorrow? SummerSlam. There's a little hidden gem for you. The kids have brought out the 80s wrestler in me, and so SummerSlam is tomorrow, and we'll watch that. There you get that. And what's the other guilty pleasure? So between that, musicals and wrestling. There you go. 2 things you didn't know. What split are you planning on getting? The Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool 2-ton is what we're looking at. That's going to be the most economical. It doesn't take a whole lot to install. I've installed them when it's an HVAC, so it's not difficult there. And then, because it's pretty much some low voltage wiring inside, because it's connected to everything outside, running out to a disconnect, putting in, and then good to go. Lines are charged, connect everything up, and you're rocking and rolling. But that's what our goal is with that. And we'll still have to use a humidifier because of, where humidity needs to be at for machines, but it will be nice to have a conditioned space, and that's going to add in, it's not going to add in a whole lot of value to the house, but when you're looking at 2 of the houses side by side, and one has a conditioned space for a garage and one doesn't, it makes it more appealing for it. Darren, massages weekly, says the guy that does that does massages but never gets them. Yeah, I should get back on that health kick plan of that, or just have Corey start giving me massages. Right, we'll go with that. That's what I'm gonna tell her. Renee, I bought a layout and then modified it. I did have the tech from Fiverr build me a quote template and a page template I can modify from Rotary. Customers can initial names. Very nice. I like that. Barb, if you don't mind, put your website in here, and then we can all go check it out, because like I said, everybody's looking for something else, and we'll go from there. How did my interview go with Impressions Long Beach? I haven't had an interview with him yet. What did I miss, Chuck? I sent stuff in to be able to do to be able to teach a class. I haven't heard back on it, but what do you know that I don't know, Chuck? Let me know. That makes sense. I guess I'm glad I didn't pick or take time to use sand more than it. Well, no, and it's a start. It's better than nothing, right? And that's the thing with there. We're able to something is better than nothing, and there will always be something that doesn't do exactly what you need it to. Like Equid has worked for us for the last 8 years. There's just things that I had to do workarounds with it. That's the big reason for to get a quote, is that, like, to set up things for decals, somebody maybe wants a 4x3 and the next person wants a 3x3, and then somebody else wants a 1x12. I couldn't make a matrix work in Equid. Like, it was, think of like a square, like flooring for square footage calculator. Wasn't available. Equid wanted like $5,000 to build it out, and then you know what happens once they build something out for you? They go ahead and they turn that into an option that they're able to sell. So they charge me, and then they turn around and use that to sell to other people. So I wasn't on board with that. I wasn't on board spending $5,000 for that. When my workaround is just get a quote, put the stuff, and then we can quote it out and invoice you. So Shopify, it opens up a lot more because there's a lot more apps available, a lot more customization, and Equid would get there. That biggest thing was having that gang sheet builder, and I think will really help. I think that the gang sheet builder will really help on the DTF side of things, because if you didn't know, DTF 22 inches wide now, 22 inches wide. So as we burn through the smaller material, that stuff will start going away, because once it's gone, and then it'll just be 22 inches wide. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. But there is the 12 by 22, and then a 22 by 60, and a 22 by 120. So get in there, make sure you're paying attention. We order all that, and yeah, pretty good. Excited with that. Yeah, the pool can provide the humidity, so that means I've got to now put the pool in the shop, right? Pool in the shop. We did a house. It wasn't too long, I guess, but I guess it has been a long time, because I haven't been in the HVAC for 5 years, 6 years now. But there was a house that we did that was all geothermal, in-floor heating, everything there. I think they had 9 units in their house. I mean, it was a big house. It was effing huge house. But one of the things that they had was a pool in the basement that overlooked the lake that it was on. But the pool wasn't in ground. It was like 2 foot out and then sunken in there. So there was like a ledge on it. It was really weird. But that room was the humidity in that room was ridiculous. So we had to put dehumidifiers in there to pull the moisture out, so it wouldn't go anything. But it was very echoey. And this house was a house that they used maybe once every 4 months or so, when they come back to visit. But they'd have family reunions and that, but there really wasn't much there. It was when he was flying through or coming through. That was what it was. It was crazy. Love the house, but no way on it. There you go. Darren had his phone meeting with Bob yesterday, excited and terrified. That's a good feeling to have, excited and terrified. I mean, we're excited. I think you're going to get a lot out of it, Darren. I know you will. Bob's going to take care of you over there. And if anybody else doesn't know, on Tuesday, we kind of went over marketing, and we have partnered up with Bob over at Fresh Horizons. He's handling all of our marketing needs. And when I find something that works good for us, I let you guys know as well. So Bob had really taken care of us, and I thought, hey, how can we work this too? So we did that, and now every once a month, probably the second Tuesday of every month, we're going to go for marketing for your business. Next one is going to be, I have it in my notes somewhat close right here. It's going to be September 12th. And we're all going to go over SMS and email marketing on September 12th. So look for that on Tuesday with Todd. If you are looking for more information on marketing, all you have to do is head over to betterwithmarketing.com, and that will get you into there. You can see everything that we have. You can get started on plans as low as $150, but go check it out. It's going to change the way that your business works. You don't know what you want till you start. Yep. So anything is better than no shop, right? Absolutely. I know people that are running everything out of Facebook shops. They're doing everything out of TikTok shops. They're doing everything off Etsy. So something is better than nothing. So get it out there. Go after it. Oh yeah, your house is all geothermal and radiant floors, which means that your heating bill in the wintertime is what, Darren? About $20, right? And cooling. I mean, that's the great thing about geo, and you have free hot water. But through that process, I should have did it 8 years ago when we replaced this, because at that time the credits were still out there and never questioned credits. I know people who upgraded their electrical and got the 30% tax credit back on it because they needed the electrical for the geothermal. Now somebody else who built a pond, because that's what they're doing, is they had their loops in the pond, and because it was cost on that, they got a percentage back from that. So should have did it then. And now I'm kicking myself for not doing it, but we'll get through it. Oh, look at that. Darren's all about it. He's got the solar tied into the grid. Darren is on it. No solar here yet. If I found a good enough deal and there was a good enough back set on it, but I haven't seen where it really makes sense yet. Let's see. Barb says, I need a web designer. I used to do web coding in my past job, but I really procrastinate on doing it now. I think that goes for everything, right? Like we can do some stuff ourselves, but it gets put off. And that was kind of where this was on the marketing side of it. Is I was very inconsistent with it. I had stuff I did and I would do good at it, but I'd let other stuff get in the way and it kind of fell off. And that's where I was like, I need some more consistency with this. I've only got so many hours in the day, and I needed to look at how can I work more on the business instead of in the business. Because in the business, there's not making any money when you're working in the business. You can't go out and find new jobs. You can't do mock-ups. You can't do any of that stuff that can produce, future jobs. You're producing that job for that instance. So to set up something in place where there's going to be continuous emails going out, newsletters, what have you, it makes it easier for me to be able to do that. And now with kind of switching up some of the other ways that we do it, we're going to be more efficient on it, which once a couple months in there, we can make sure the numbers all match. There might be a price adjustment where prices come down on things because, hey, we're able to see where it is with it now, and it'll allow us to market more faster. We're really excited about how it's all going to turn out. And Cindy's local to me, so she goes, if you're having issues, try a body right. What is that? Oh, I wear mine for long embroidering days or jewelry bench. I just have a very, very standing desk. I've looked at those. It won't work in my area that we have. I would have to create something new for it, but I think when the new space gets built out, well, standing desk for sure on that, because depending, like half my day I could be standing over when I'm over at the printers and that was the thing, was like I'm standing there, so it was here. But I did body right. I'm going to check out this body right thing you're talking about, Cindy. Body right. That's on my notes to look at too. And Barb says, Darren, I'm looking at putting solar panels across the front of my four-stall garage. I can't read nor write. Solar across the front of my large four-stall garage. Hey, get the sun up there too, right? I build a larger house, but my bills are about the same as a smaller house, a third the size. Yeah, I usually don't have a bill during the summer months, so I build up credit for the winter. Yeah, that's crazy, right? What the way that works. So, geothermal is an amazing thing. As long as the loops were put in correctly, they were backfilled correctly. That's where we had found so many issues with geothermal is poor insulation of loops. It was the biggest thing, because once those are in, that's like the biggest cost of it too, because equipment wise, it's not a whole lot crazy expensive. I think for it's been a while. It was about $9,000 for a new system, but that's with already having the loops, everything there. And, it was a simple in and out install. We love doing those. And the efficiency of it is just wild. Ooh, if you go solar, you have to look at Tesla house batteries and program that sell and buy your electricity on the open market. Game changer. I'm not sure how that actually works in our area. If it'll run it backwards and you get the credit, I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's up there. I know that there's. See, that's the thing is I want to go electric, but electric still scares me because if I want to take a road trip, I got to be more planning, right? Like going to Chicago for the day and back. Okay, I got to make sure I find a place to park and charge, so that way it's charging, and then be able to come back. A long road trip could become much longer, so I need it to be there a little bit more. So maybe a hybrid. Oh, there, Barb. I used Sun Solar for my solar panel installation. There you go. Look, who knew? Who thought? Hey, you know what? I'm going to tune in with Tuesday with Todd Morning Mindset, and we're going to talk about solar energy, geothermal energy. I bet nobody had that on their bingo ticket this morning. I didn't. No, for the house, yeah, because the power banks that are in there. So then the solar would charge that, and then you can use the charging batteries would run off solar. Also powers the car. The big thing that we've got a friend that they have a cabin that's off the grid, and they use solar out there for it. They've got their battery backup supply on it. They actually still stayed lead cell instead of lithium. The biggest thing that they have is because of our temp change and how lithium can be not so nice in freezing cold weather. So that's why they still have that. But they use it, and they, for what they use it for, they said it works because they're not out there living 100% of the time. They're out there on the weekends, and most of the time they're hanging out on the river. So they're not doing a whole lot in the house, So it's there. It's all there for it. But here it is after 9. We're still rambling on about this stuff. Things that we got going on. I got the link posted. A couple links I'm going to post for you. We're going to post the marketing one, so you can go find out more information on that. Remember, these links are clickable inside of YouTube, but if you're not there, you can only see them. So Better with Marketing will get you into the marketing side of things. We got hammered on about making sure that we had the temporary tattoo sample packs. So those are now listed on the website. You go right over there. There's that right click, copy, paste, do all that for the temporary tattoos. And direct to film is now 22 inches wide. So I'm going to post the link for that. And that way there's all the links. You can go there. You can find everything. You can do that. And it would be much appreciated. Yeah. And so there's all the links for that. Dan said, I've also looked at selling back carbon credits for my land. Also won't buy an electric car until it recharges as fast as I can fill up my Prius. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Where I need to be fast. And I don't even care if it's I just need to be fast and work. There's got to be a way they got to make some kind of interchangeable battery where I can just, pull into a service shop and they pull out a battery and plug a new one in, like we used to do with the old RC cars, right? They got to make that easily accessible, and then we're talking. But we got stuff to do. We got a list to go. I said I want to be done here in a couple hours. I've already been going 4 hours, so get this up and out of here, and then we'll rock and roll. So you guys have an amazing day. We'll be back next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time with Morning Mindset. On Tuesday, we are going to be talking your stores, your spiritware stores, your merch stores, whatever you want to call them. Look for the form today to go on there, so that way you're able to fill that out, get your questions, because we're going to take as much information as we can and build it from there for you guys, because that's how this is going to work. It's going to go from there for it. So you guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.